I've never played the original Legend of Zelda before. Weird, right? Yeah. So anyway, the other day I was thinking about what to eat for breakfast again, and then my brain was like, hey, what if you played Zelda 1 and don't use the internet? One bowl of oatmeal later, and here I am. At first I thought this was a fantastic idea. Playing Zelda 1 without any help would be awesome because I haven't played it before, and I have no idea what to expect. Sounds like fun. Maybe it'd even be exciting. I have no idea what I was thinking. But let's start from the beginning. This is what happened to me when I played Zelda 1 for the first time, without guidebooks, without tips or tricks, and without the internet. Well, here it is. The iconic first screen of The Legend of Zelda for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. What a moment! No tutorial, no guidance. How many rupees you want to bet that I get completely lost? Although I'm kind of cheating, this screen is so iconic that I know I'm supposed to go into this black square. Boy, this is gonna be epic. Link descends into darkness. Oh, the famous first words. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Now it kind of sounds like the caveman wants to travel with Link, but he just gives him a wooden sword. Yeah, I think it's still dangerous to go out there with a twig. Maybe the twigs Link has in Breath of the Wild are a nod to this wooden sword. Clever. Okay, now I don't have a clue where to go. Maybe east. Turns out that's the wrong direction. In retrospect, I'd suggest going east, then going up, and up, and up, and up, and then west. But I didn't have a grasp on the controls yet, so going the wrong way was fine. Plus I learned about the enemies. And I died. A lot. I mean, the enemies still scare me. I'm not scared that they can rip your heart to shreds, nah. What kills me is how they move like brain-dead insects, aka completely randomly. It's weird that a little red box is more threatening than a bipedal pig with dentures, and a spear. Let's be real, these pigs look scary, but if you've ever dealt with them, you know they're not a big deal. Once you know what to expect, they're super duper predictable, which is the exact opposite of every single enemy in Zelda 1. They're just so random. Oh god. So I've been going eastward for a while now. I know I could say I'm going to the right, but saying east sounds way cooler. And I'm glad I went east because I found a smelly old guy selling bombs to children for only 20 rupees. That's 20 Indian dollars for my fellow US citizens. Although he only gave me 8 bombs. And boy, I've heard a thing or two about secrets in this game. The whole, hey, let's hide a secret behind this block. This block? No. This block. This block? Yeah, I think so. 8 bombs won't go very far. Oh well, how bad can it be? People had fun with Zelda 1 back in the day, so it's gotta be possible these days. Wanna hear something ridiculous? I've been playing for over an hour, and I still haven't found the first dungeon. I wish I had a map. And just when I was starting to doubt myself, a bridge. A bridge! It leads straight to Dungeon 1. See, this wouldn't be satisfying if I used a walkthrough. I would have went directly here without even thinking. It'd lose the charm. Alright, this is gonna be intense, but I'm ready for it. What? Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. No wonder they locked you in a dungeon. It's over? Dang, that was easy. Sort of fun too. I gotta say, I'm glad I found Dungeon 1 first. Mostly because it sets up the foundation for the rest of the dungeons. Like, some enemies have keys in them. You should always kill everything because you might get another key, or even a boomerang. And there's always a new item in the basement. Don't forget that one. Although mind you, if I wasn't on high alert, I'm sure I would have missed out on a couple of these things. The dungeons don't force you to learn any of this stuff. You can waltz right on in and out, and in the process miss everything. Once you grab the Triforce, it plays a jingle and sends Link on his way. Clueless that he forgot the magic sword of power, or whatever. I definitely see why people might have called up the Nintendo power line. They'd get confused, right? Then they dial up Nintendo and say, "Pretty please, help me figure out what to do." Nintendo was happy to help at the low, low price of $2 for the first minute and 45 cents for all the other minutes. In 1980. Thus, Nintendo gets the big bucks. But I'm not calling a phone line. That's lame and expensive and out of service. Time for Dungeon 2. Just need to find it. Found a shopkeeper. He says his goods are overpriced. That's not how you do marketing. But what can you expect from a guy who lives under a rock? After a bit more, I found it. Dungeon 3. It's not number 2, but I'll give it a shot. Oh, another old person. Did you get the sword from the old man on top of the waterfall? I have a new mission. Find that sword. I remember seeing a waterfall recently. Dungeon 3 can wait. After a bit, I found that waterfall and the sword. I even found a blue piece of paper, believe it or not. It lets Link talk to the old lady, and it says it right here. It's the old lady. There's just one lady, and she crawls through the rocks following me. I'm minding my own business, blowing up walls, and there she is again. It's creepy, okay? Same with the old man, I guess, but I like to imagine the people in the dungeons are different. They were all locked up for the heinous crime of telling poorly worded hints. Anyway, I healed up, went back to Dungeon 3, and zapped everything with my new metal laser sword. Now Dungeon 2 is going down. Right after I finish Dungeon 4, otherwise known as the Bat Cave. It's dark, and there's bats in here. Should have brought a candle. Right about this time, I start to get a feel for the combat. So I have some pro tips for you. Run away, run away, run away. If you need a heart really, really badly, and you're hoping an enemy will drop one, run away. It's never worth it. But the game doesn't always let you get away with that in the dungeons. So in there, be careful. At any moment, an enemy might turn around and plunge their sword into Link's gut. Basically, I think the only thing you can do consistently is be careful. Other than that, I stumbled in the dark, ran into a dragon. Oh god, that dragon. Everything went fine. Dungeon 2, here we go. I'll find it any day now. So I went all over the place and couldn't find it. Not even a single dungeon. I bought a candle, which I should have had for Dungeon 4. Oh well. I found lots of secrets for everybody. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted a map. Really badly. But I stayed strong and kept searching. Eventually, I went into the Lost Woods. Not to be confused with the Lost Cliffside. At this point, I've been here a dozen times. But this time, by some miracle, I ran into Grandma at the bottom of the world. Turns out she's greedy. And then another miracle happened. She snatched 30 of my hard-earned rupees and told me the secret passcode to the Lost Woods. The Forest of Maize? My bad, it's made of corn. It's one of those corn mazes. It worked, nice. Oh, I had no idea there was a haunted graveyard. Nice surprise. I figured since I've seen people talk about Zelda 1 over the years, I knew about every environment. But nope, brand new discovery. And now I spoiled it for you. Although it's only 6 screens big, that's probably why I haven't seen it before. I remember Grandma telling me about an old man at the graveyard. I don't see him though. Not a good sign. I'll investigate later. With a few more steps, I found Dungeon 6. I didn't want to go in, so I didn't. But after exploring a bit more, I decided to do it anyway. How hard could it be? Hard enough to break your soul and your controller. That's how hard. Have you ever met a wizard? Well, I have. They're brutes. 1 second they're here, and the next second they're right on top of Link, and he will die. I'm just eternally grateful the locked doors stay open, even after he does. If they didn't, I'd have given up here. Because this place isn't a dungeon. It's a coliseum. I fight bats to the death, over and over and over, just to please the roaring audience, which I'm sure are watching on the sidelines over here. The next room has spiky squares of death lined up to kill off anyone limping from the bat fight. The room after this, more wizards, plus jumping ones. I have a confession to make. Dungeon 6 broke me. It broke Link many times over. I had to stop. I lost the will to go on. Why play Zelda 1? Why play without any help? What kind of crazy person would think of some dumb, time-consuming idea like that? I don't know what I was thinking. It's not even an interesting challenge. I'm just confused sometimes and get lost for a little bit. That's it. Did I have fun, at least? Yeah, I guess. Would I like to beat this challenge after all that's happened? I still would. Please look up the manual for more details. Look up? That sounds like internet language to me. Nintendo expected you to have a manual, right? No harm in downloading one. Not like it's a guide on how to beat the game. I'll look up the manual. And thanks to this, I think I can beat the game. It's got the basics like a more detailed story and what buttons do what. After that comes the good stuff. A list and description of every single item. Some of the details are lacking, but most are fine. Now, here's the best part. There's a blue ring that cuts the damage Link takes in half, and I know where to buy it. And those expensive shields look like they might help. And dungeon number 2. It shows you where to find dungeon number 2. Plus, there's a whole map of the overworld. I'm rejuvenated. Time to buy some items. Now, time for revenge. Number 6 almost killed my playthrough. I'm taking it down right bloody now. Die, wizards. More of them. Run, 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 run. Oh my god, you again. This place is a madhouse. The dragon is a mini-boss. Okay, I finally died. That was a good run. I beat the mini-boss, found a lot of keys and the magic wand, although I drank my potion, and that's the name of these things, ate my shield. So here's the plan. I'll leave, restock on supplies, and finish this place. If Dungeon 6 taught me anything, it's that buying a bubbling red tonic from an old lady living in a cave keeps you alive. Done. The boss died in one hit. I'm happy about it, but also confused. Hopefully that dungeon was a fluke. Maybe it was mislabeled number 6 when it should have been number 8. We'll see. After a quick resupply, I opened the manual's map and entered the elusive dungeon number 2. Wow, that was a piece of cake. I need to go back in and find the dungeon item though. Also, while I'm at it, I should look for the old man. They give out worthless hints most of the time, but I need every hint I can get. Of course. Thanks for nothing. Oh well, at least I checked. Also, one last pro tip for today. Write down the advice these old people give you. That saved me more times than I can count. Probably 3 times. Then I found number 5. It's Gibdo, the mummy man. They wrote that in the manual. I just had to say it. Easy peasy. Okay, where next? I've explored all the places in the top right corner, so it can't be there. Probably. Oh, look here. A smudge mark. I should check it out, just in case. Right. That bush doesn't look out of place at all. Dungeon 8? Well, I guess I'm doing this. So, I found 2 items in here. This might mean dungeons have more than 1 item. I hope I didn't miss any. Ugh, I hate dark nuts. Oh no, the dragon! The dragon again! Why? Why is it? I did it? I beat Dungeon 8. That wasn't even that hard. Well, my victory is inevitable. No way I'm stopping until Link beats Ganon. I just need to find Dungeon 7. At first I checked out the top left corner of the map. I've explored everywhere else but there. And nothing. Back to square one. Well, this room has a question mark on it, and I remember that old guy telling me there's a secret where fairies don't live. Helpful hint, huh? I knew there was something in there. Anyway, I tried just about everything I could think of. Blew up stuff, burned bushes, I kept doing the same thing over and over. I left and wandered around the world for a while, came back and tried again, left to check out other areas, then came back again, and again, until one time I accidentally used the whistle. Playing a flute makes water evaporate. What? Whatever, thank goodness I found it. Oh, that's a dirty trick. They hid the red candle in a room that isn't even on the map. Glad Grandpa told me about it. I bet you'd like to have more bombs. I see right through your tricks, Grandpa. For starters, you're not my grandpa. And also, why would I pay 100 rupees for bombs? Oh yeah, 'cause you set up a shop right next to 3 bomb-eating triceratops. You won't take advantage of me. Hey, so I thought it over and I'm interested in your offer. Worth it. Sometimes you just need to risk 100 rupees. Can't take any chances when you don't know what's next. Boss, dead. Sheesh, Dungeon 7 was easy. I didn't even drink my potion. After I left Dungeon 7, my brain made a connection. The whistle must be the way to find the old man in the graveyard. I've been looking for him ever since I found the place. I've pushed every grave, bombed every grave, lit on fire some of the graves. Eventually I got desperate and started doing things that don't make any sense, like running around in a circle and putting meat on the ground. The whistle is literally the only thing I haven't tried. Well, I whistled every screen and nothing happened. Okay, that makes no sense at all. Final dungeon, here we go. Ganon can't stop me now. I've already broken down the front door. Hey, different music? Cool. Too bad it loops after 15 seconds. Let me put on something else. Oh no. Wizards. Time to follow my own advice. Run away, run away. I spent hours in Dungeon 9. It's really big and confusing, and there's stairs that teleport you, so that makes things extra confusing. There were a few times where I was thinking I should draw a map. The manual said I absolutely must. But no, I'm too lazy for that. So I memorized the place instead. Slow, but it works. I found the ring. The one ring to rule them all. The one that makes all lesser rings tremble in fear. The red ring of evil! At last, Link has become evil. He's got red eyes for one, never a good sign. An even bigger red flag? His marker position on the minimap is red. And guess what else has a red marker? The Triforce Room. And what lurks behind the Triforce Room? The bosses. The evil lords of the dungeon. The Pigman himself. That's kind of a twisted ending, but also cool. Link's the bad guy now. Alright, that was Ganon's last guardian bug. There he is. The blue pig of power. The final battle. I'm so excited, and then I died. I didn't even hit him once. Whatever, that was just a warm-up. So I go in one more time and instantly stab Ganon, and again, and again, and again, and again. Then he sat on the ground, crying that he can't even kill an elf child. If I never played a Zelda game before, I'd be awfully confused what to do right about now. But I've played several, so I already know killing Ganon involves an arrow. Wow. Graphic. He turned into a pile of mush. Pretty fun! Final boss killed, every dungeon cleared, Zelda saved... Why is there fire here? I don't have a bucket of water. Did I miss the bucket of water in Dungeon 2? False alarm. Sword works. Somehow. Now it's over. No grand conclusion, no fireworks, no cutscene, only the credits roll. So in the end, after all this, what did I learn by playing Zelda 1 without using the internet? More importantly, what can you take away from this? Well, if you don't feel like playing Zelda 1, you're not missing out. The end.